Hello, lovelies. Welcome to the Garden of Guidance. If you haven't met before, my name is Katya, and if you have, welcome back. It's lovely to connect with you. And let's get into it. So I'm going to bring in a message, intuitive message for the collective. And this is a timeless message. So whenever it finds you, it's a perfect time for you to hear it and take in whatever resonates and let the rest go. And I hope it brings you upliftment and inspiration and peace on your path. Okay, so let's go. Let's dive right in. I'm gonna bring this sweet bow to open up the sacred container. So I have a little bit extra red around me today. I actually really love red color, but today I felt compelled to bring in even more, and I'm getting there's a reason for it. This is a time for bold choices and bright colors in your life, whatever that means for you. So it might be metaphorical bright colors, it might be actual bright colors in your space or in your art. In your daily life in some way. Perhaps it's more flowers, perhaps it's more colorful items around your home, perhaps it's more time spent in activities that fill your life with a sense of color and richness. Regardless of which way you experience that upgrade in color in your life, it's meant to give you energy. So I'm getting the main message here is that there perhaps been a bit of sense of lack of energy, stagnation, dullness, grayness, and it's time for it to shift to something else. Times of stagnation and dullness actually have great utility in our life, and they can really help us go more within and become more internal and reduce the amount of stimulation we receive and kind of just cozy in. It's a time of hibernation. Imagine a bear in his lair taking a break from too much life, from too much wildness and activity. But now it's time to come out, and now it's time to bring this energy of wakefulness and activity into your life. So of course, it's not any activity. We're not talking about just getting extremely busy or suddenly changing everything in your life or some upheaval that isn't necessarily in any way. What really this is about is a sense of new beginnings and a sense of something wonderful coming into your life, but perhaps you're making it happen. Perhaps it's not a chance but a choice. And I'm getting this is time for your wildest dream to begin. It can begin with a small step, but I'm kind of sensing this energy of wildness and colorfulness in your life will help you connect more to the side of you that dreams wilder and wider and with just a greater sense of capacity for what's possible. So making some bold choices on a smaller scale is going to really connect you to the understanding that you have ability to make bold choices on a large scale in your life and create something really impactful and bold and just incredible. So but let's start with small things. Let's start with perhaps the way you dress or the way you express yourself in words. Just try to add a little more dazzle, a little more sparkle into the way your daily life goes on, and not be afraid. This is a bit of a morbid way I kind of get inspired sometimes, but I just think about the fact that everything is finite and everything's gonna end. And in that context, it doesn't really matter if you wear a really bold outfit or if you take a day off to do something really wild that most of the people around you don't really appreciate. It's really up to you how you spend your time and you spend your energy, especially in the smaller doses. Of course, we have responsibilities, we have bigger things maybe that we're working on or we're beholden to in our lives. So I'm not really urging you to leave it all behind. But just remember that you're also the dreamer of the dream, and you're the decision maker. And so you can decide to do something differently and not worry about consequences, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. It's really not important how it will be received, as long as it brings you a sense of joy. And also experimentation is important, so you don't have to commit to a wardrobe of all orange from now on, or to this new wild hobby that maybe you'll find exhausting after a while. But knowing that you can still begin things and try new things and be bolder in your daily life and your choices is going to embolden you to try things that actually truly matter to you, things that maybe you've been scared to play with, scared to enter, scared to introduce into the world, and trying to connect to that bold, wild energy through these small actions is going to open up this infinite reservoir of wildness inside of you, and allow you to really begin to make bolder choices in grander things and things that really matter to you. Perhaps your creative projects, your career, perhaps love, and just take risks and play around with ideas and not overthink things and not worry so much about what other people might think. The reality is that people might judge you for being bold just the same as might judge you for not being bold enough, and it really doesn't matter. You could be perceived, weirdly as well, paradoxically, you can be perceived by different people as not bold enough and too bold, depending on context and what mood you're in and how they know you, or even what their experience of life is. So you really cannot please anyone anyway, and trying to do so really can make you go mad in my experience. So basically, the best way to make those decisions is to just have this courage in your heart and this inner feeling of exploration and playfulness, and just experimentation with what things could be like. And again, you can start really small, but maybe there's a small habit that you wanted to try or break. Maybe there is a small object you wanted to let go of or obtain. It actually doesn't matter which way it goes, as long as it gives you a sense of bold exploration and some scale, and not overthinking it. Also, not overthinking these actions that feel wilder and feel like they're coming from less cerebral state can allow you for happy accidents, right? For chance discoveries, for organic revelations in your daily life, where suddenly you realize that you really love this color, or you really enjoy having your space be set up this way, or maybe this person who you've resisted connecting with because you felt like it was a bit of a taking a risk, turns out to be a really amazing friend, or really great work opportunity connection, and things like that. So just courage, and we temper courage with self-care in this space. So what that means, that you're going to take care of yourself if you get overwhelmed. So when you take the risk, when you go into the state of wild exploration, you know that you're going to check in and see how you're feeling along the way, and then you can temper and adjust steps as the journey unfolds. So you don't have to commit to the entirety of this risk-taking journey. You can just take it one step at a time. So let's say you're connecting with a new person and it feels a little bit thrilling, or you're working creative project and it feels a little bit challenging but exciting. You can always check in, so you can move 20%, and then see, do you still want to continue this creative project, or maybe it's taking up too much time and it's not really bringing back the feedback that you're looking for, or response. Maybe there's no response the way you were hoping for, or perhaps the connection you're crafting with a person peters out, or makes you feel like you need to take a step back. That's okay. You can make the decision later. You're not committing to anything 100% right now today, but you are committing to being bolder in your choices, and knowing that you can experiment and then change things as you move on, as you move along the path, and then play around with aspects of things. But you also don't really know how things are going to be, so it's okay to not 100% commit going into a project or connection or work situation, because it's going to give you new information as you move along. So the most important part is to know that you're committed to yourself, to staying centered, staying grounded, taking good care of yourself, drinking enough water, and checking in and seeing if you're too overwhelmed, or maybe you need help, or maybe you need assistance with some parts of your project and you didn't realize that until you got deeper in, or maybe you need some guidance with some aspects of this new work opportunity or new connection, and now you know, and now you're going to reach out and look for this guidance and try to find a way to temper it, but perhaps reaching out for some help or taking a pause actually going to make the whole affair really unfold in a beautiful way, and it's going to be something meaningful at the end, and your creative project is going to really blossom. But if you overthought all these things before you started, and let's say you even knew that you would need help halfway through, perhaps you would choose to not embark on that journey. But if you saw how amazing it's going to be towards the end, what it could really bring into your life, you would embark on it twice over. So the point is, if something's calling you, if this message resonates and there's something in your life is calling you towards some exploration and playful experimentation, this is the time. This is the time to take the dive. And again, it can be done on a smaller, more manageable scale. It doesn't have to be upheaval of your entire space in order to accommodate a creative project, but it might be. I've seen that happen. And then the creative project was amazing at the end, so it was completely worth it. But halfway through, perhaps it was intimidating and a little bit challenging. So go at your own pace, but if you're being called to go bigger, wilder, bolder, also heed that call. Also really listen to that side of yourself. But you can start with smaller things, with something that is just almost symbolic of this energy in your life, and then let that take you farther and farther. But living a bold life is really the more exciting way to exist, because as we mentioned, everything ends and everything's finite. So that feeling of divine inspiration, divine spark in your life is really what makes the finite nature of life beautiful, because you really can have moments of such lovely engagement with life that you will feel that your time here is well spent. You really will feel that you are enjoying things as you're meant to enjoy them, and there'll be no regrets down the path, because you'll know you have tried things and you've explored and experimented, and you were true to your weird, wild, and wonderful nature, which I'm kind of sensing you have. So that is all for today. I hope it resonated. I hope it was helpful. And I hope it really inspired you to explore the weird, wild, and wonderful side of yourself even more. We need more of it in the world. The world can really use your magic. So please, 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 please be bold and take chances, take risks, explore, and just trust yourself a little bit more, or a lot more, please. Okay, lots of love. Until we meet again.